welcome to all my dear students. So I hope you all must be fine, and I really appreciate your hard work and dedication. So today we are going to continue with some more word problems based on profit and loss, right? So as you can see the first question, so before getting started students, I would like to tell you that whenever you read any word problem, first try to understand the meaning of the question, right? First we need to try to understand the meaning of the question. A man buys eggs at 5 for 6 rupees and sells them at 8 for 12 rupees. So what is the meaning of the statement? A man buys eggs at 5 for 6 rupees means he purchases 5 eggs for 6 rupees. That means the CP of 5 eggs is 6 rupees. Okay, so let's start writing the statements. CP of 5 eggs. CP of 5x equals to rupees 6. Eggs at 5 for 6 rupees and sells them at 8 for 12 rupees. Okay, so the meaning of the statement is what? He purchases 5 eggs at the rate of rupees 6 and he sells 8 eggs at the rate of rupees 12. That means for 8 eggs, the selling price of 8 eggs is rupees 12. So if you want to compare, if you want to find out the profit or the loss, whatever, I told you in the previous videos also that you should calculate it for the same number of articles, right? So you cannot compare the cost price of 5 eggs with the selling price of 8 eggs. The first thing you need to do is calculate the cost price and the selling price for equal number of eggs. So it's better if we take it as 1, right? So let me first find out CP of 5 eggs is rupees 6. So therefore, let me find out the CP of 1 egg. So as you know unitary method, so when you are finding out the CP or CP of 1 egg, so it will be less than the CP of 5 eggs. So that is what? 6 by 5 rupees. Don't cancel, don't reduce it, don't convert it to mixed fraction. Let it be like this, right? So the cost of 5 eggs is rupees 6 means the cost of 1 egg is 6 divided by 5. Similarly, SP of 8 eggs. SP of 8 eggs is rupees 12. So let us find out the SP of 1 egg. Therefore, SP of 1 egg will be 12 divided by 8. Okay, so let's cancel it now. 4 2s are, 4 3s are. So we got here rupees 3 by 2. Clear? So we have now found out the cost price of 1 egg and the selling price of 1 egg. So now the equal number of articles, we can compare the prices. That means we can compare whether it's profit or loss. Clear? So as you can see here now students, so you have to find his profit percent. So straight it is given the question that he has received a profit. Okay, he has received a profit. So profit is obviously when the selling price is greater than the CP. So therefore before finding out the profit percent, we should know the profit. So therefore profit is equal to, what is the selling price of 1 egg? 3 by 2. What is the cost price of 1 egg? 6 by 5. Now let us calculate it. The LCM of 2 and 5 is 10. 2 multiplied to what is 10? 2 multiplied to 5 is 10. Multiplied to the numerator 3 minus 5 multiplied to 2 is 10. So 2 multiplied to the numerator 6. So we got here 15 minus 12 by 10. So that gives us 3 by 10. So the profit incurred is rupees 3 by 10. And now we are supposed to find out the profit percent, right? So therefore, profit percent equals to profit is 3 by 10 divided by the CP. CP here for 1 egg, right? Because we have calculated the profit on 1 egg. So CP also for 1 egg. Okay. Here if you want, you can calculate the CP of 5 eggs and the SP of 5 eggs also. So it's always better to take the price of 1. But if a student wants, he can find out the CP of 10 eggs and the SP of 10 eggs. That also will be correct. Clear? But our number of articles should be same. Multiplied to 100. So now you know this is now compound fraction, complex fraction. So how we are going to solve it? It is same as 3 by 10 divided by 6 by 5. So when you are multiplying, the reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse of 6 by 5 is 5 by 6 multiplied to 100. So that gives us 10 tens are 100, 3 twos are 6, 2 5s are 10. So the profit percent is 25%. Okay, I think the idea is quite clear with everyone. Now let's come to the next question. Monu buys an article for rupees 80. Okay, so Monu has purchased an article, the cost price of the article. So let's write down CP of the article. That means here, since you are dealing with so many persons here, see, Monu, Sonu and Ram. Monu buys an article for rupees 80 and sells it to Sonu at a profit of 20%. Sonu sells it to Ram at a profit of 25%. So what does Ram pay for it? That is the question. Okay, so three persons are involved here. So here the first case, what is rupees 80? Rupees 80 is the price at which Monu purchased the article, right? That means here we can say CP, or that will make the statements a little less confusing. Cost price of Monu. That means the price at which Monu purchased the article is rupees 80, right? So Monu purchased the article at rupees 80. That is the cost price of Monu. And Monu sells it to Sonu, right? Monu sells it to Sonu. So now here one more thing you should remember, students, is that if I purchase an article, okay, that is my cost price, but it is the selling price of the shopkeeper. The price at which I purchase an article is my cost price, but it is the selling price of the shopkeeper. Likewise, when I sell the same article to someone else, then the price at which I sell is my selling price, but my selling price is the cost price of the person who has purchased it, right? I sell something at a particular price. That is my selling price, but the same price which is my selling price is the cost price for the buyer. I think the statement is quite clear. So now Monu purchased the article and he sells it to Sonu. So that means the selling, we can say in one way, we can say that selling price of Monu is equal to the cost price of Sonu. I think we are correct. Yes or no? If you say that this price at which Monu sold the article is Monu's selling price, but the price at which Sonu purchased the article is Sonu's cost price. That means the selling price of Monu, whatever it is the cost price of Sonu, obviously. And Monu sold the article at a profit of 20%. So profit percent is 20%, right? So now we know the CP of Monu, and we know at what price Monu, at what percentage profit Monu sold the article to Sonu. So we can easily find out now. So therefore SP of Monu is equal to, selling price formula is 100 plus profit percent by 100 multiplied to the cost price, right? So 120 by 100 multiplied to 80. So 0, 0, 0, 0 cancels out. It's rupees 96. That means Monu purchased the article for rupees 80, but Monu sold the article to Sonu at rupees 96. So Monu has got a profit, right? And now Sonu purchased the article for rupees 96. That means we can say that CP of Sonu, sorry, CP of, not Monu, Sonu. CP of Sonu is rupees 96, right? Sonu, what is this SP of Monu is the CP of Sonu. Okay, so Sonu has purchased the article for rupees 96 and then Sonu sells it to Ram. The third person comes into picture now. Sonu sells it to Ram at a profit of 25%. That means what? Profit percent at which Sonu sells is what? 25%. And we can say here that the selling price of Sonu will be the cost price of Ram. Yes, whatever price Sonu will sell the article, Ram, that will be the price, cost price of Ram. Yes, and that is the selling price of Sonu. Now we are going to find out the selling price of Sonu. We already have got the cost price of Sonu. Now let's find out the selling price of Sonu. At what price Sonu sold the article to Ram. So 100 plus 25 by 100 multiplied to the cost price. So 125 by 100 multiplied to 96. So I hope it cancels out. 25 4s are, 25 5s are, and this will go with 4. 4 2s are 8. 4 4s are 16. So we got here 120 rupees. Yes. So this is the SP of Sonu as well as the cost price of Ram. Sonu sold the article for rupees 120 and Ram purchased the article at rupees 120, right? So here what you're supposed to find out, what does Ram pay for it? That means what is the cost price of Ram? That is rupees 120 only. Therefore CP of Ram is rupees 120. Okay, so I hope students the idea is getting clear with you all. The next question says a shopkeeper bought 1600 eggs at rupees 3.75 per dozen. So we all know 1 dozen is 12. Okay, that means the CP of 12 eggs is rupees 3.75. He sold 900 of them at 2 for rupees 1 and the remaining at 5 for rupees 2. So find his profit or loss percent. Okay, so what is the total number of eggs bought by the shopkeeper, students? It's 1600. So let us write down the statements. Okay, total number of eggs bought is 1600. Okay, the shopkeeper bought in total how many eggs? 1600 eggs. And at what price did he bring the eggs? Let us find out the cost price of the eggs. At rupees 3.75 per dozen means what? CP of 12 eggs is given. CP of 12 eggs is rupees 3.75. Okay, then we are supposed to find out the CP of 1 egg, right? So therefore CP of 1 egg, let us find out. That will be by unitary method. The second step is division. 3.75 divided by 12, right? Don't solve it now. Finally, we have to find out how many eggs did he purchase? 1600 eggs. So therefore, CP of 1600 eggs in total we will find out. Okay, so that means what? Second step division, third step is multiplication, right? Because you see here cost of 1 will be less than 12 and cost of 1600 will be more than 1. Yes, this is the price of more than 1. This is the price of 1 egg. This is the price of 1 egg. So the price of 1 egg multiplied to 1600 will give us the price of 1600 eggs, right? So now let's solve it, students. It's a decimal. So 3.75 can be written as 375 by 100 multiplied to 12 is in the denominator. That means it is 12 by 1. So divided by 12 by 1, it becomes multiplied to 1 by 12. Multiplicative inverse. Multiplied to 1600. So 0, 0, 0, 0 cancels out. And let's see, this is 4 3s are 12, 4 4s are 16. This will be divisible by 3, 3 1s are, 3 2s are 6, 3 5s are 15. So we got here 500 rupees. That means how much did it cost the shopkeeper in all? The shopkeeper paid rupees 500 for 1600 eggs. Okay. Now, as you can see in the next part of the question, that the shopkeeper didn't sell all the eggs. That means all the eggs that he purchased, all the 1600 eggs at the same price or the same time. He sold first 900 eggs. Okay, that means first 900 of them was sold at 2 for rupees 1. Similar to the first question, 2 for rupees 1. That means SP of 2 eggs is rupees 1. Okay, so let's find out the SP of 1 egg. Will be obviously 1 by 2. Second step division. Always do like this. Okay, so SP of 1 egg is 1 by 2. But how many eggs did he sell in this manner? He sold 900 eggs in this manner, right? That means now first let us find out the SP of 900 eggs which were sold at 2 for rupees 1. So third step will be what? Multiplication. So we got here rupees 450, right? So that means for the first 900 eggs, the price was rupees 1 for 2 eggs. Okay, so we found out the cost of 1 egg now, selling price of 1 egg and the selling price of 900 eggs. So that means the shopkeeper received 450 rupees by selling the first 900 eggs, and then the rest. So how many eggs remain now? Total 1600 eggs were there. So how many eggs remain now? Obviously 700 eggs. Okay, so remaining eggs we can write down. Remaining eggs 1600 minus already 900 he has sold, that is equal to 700 eggs. Okay, remained, right? Now at what price? At 5 for rupees 2, and the remaining at 5 for rupees 2. So SP of 5 for rupees 2, SP of 5 eggs is rupees 2. So therefore SP of 1 egg, let us find out. Division 2 by 5, 2 by 5. And finally, how many eggs is sold in this way? 700 remaining eggs. So 700 eggs will be 2 by 5 multiplied to 700. So rupees 280 he received by selling the remaining 700 eggs. So in total he purchased 1600 eggs. Okay, at what price? At rupees 500, right? And he sold the first 900 eggs at rupees 450 and the second 700 eggs, that means the remaining 700 eggs, at rupees 280. So let us find out the total selling price. So therefore total selling price will be 450 plus 280. 280, that will give us 0, 3, 730 rupees, right? So that means he received total amount, that means he sold all the 1600 eggs for rupees 730 and he purchased all the 1600 eggs for rupees 500, but he sold it at a higher price, rupees 730. So straight he has got, so find his profit or loss percent. It's very clear that he has got a profit straight for rupees 230. Okay, so let's find out the profit. So therefore profit, what will be the profit? Profit is SP, total SP as 730 minus 500, that is equal to rupees 230, right? So now here let me find out the profit percent and show you. So therefore profit percent is profit by the cost price, by the cost price of 1600 eggs multiplied to 100. So that gives us 5 4s are 20, 5 6 are 30. So that is 46% gain or profit, whatever. Okay, I think the idea is getting clear with you all. So now let's come to the next question. Reena sold 2 articles at rupees 840 each. On one she gains 20% and on the other she loses 20%. So how much did she gain or lose in the whole transaction? Okay, so students, here Reena has sold 2 articles. So we'll be solving these questions by keeping them into 2 different cases. Okay, so let me distribute this question as case 1. Okay, in the case 1, now Reena sold 2 articles at rupees 840 each. That means the selling price of both the articles, that means she sold 2 articles. The SP of first article is also 840 and the SP of the second article is also 840. Okay, so let us case 1, let us write on SP of the article is rupees 840, right? Yes, the first case we will deal with one article on which she gains 20%. So on the first article she gains 20%. So gain percent or profit percent is how much? 20%. So we know the SP and we know the gain percent. So with the help of this, let us find out, when we have to find out the profit or loss, okay, so we need to find out the cost price also, right? So let's find out the cost price. So therefore cost price, so let us write the CP of the first article will be more appropriate, okay, because we are dividing here into 2 sections, 2 cases, first article then second article. Okay, so therefore CP of first article, the formula is 100 by 100 plus profit percent, since this is gain, so 100 plus 20, okay, multiplied to SP, excuse me, so it's 840, so 100 by 120 multiplied to 840, so 0 0 12 7s are 84. So how much what is the cost price? Rupees 700. Okay, rupees 700 is the cost price of the first article. Okay, now let's come to the case 2. The selling price of the second article is also same. It's given already in the statement. So SP of the second article is also rupees 840, but the difference is here there is a loss percent. Okay, after selling this article she got a loss percent 20%. So let's find out this CP of the second article. CP of the second article 100 by 100 minus loss percent multiplied to the SP 840. So that means 100 by 80 multiplied to 840, right? So 0 0 cancels out. This is 4 2s are 21, 250. So 0 1050, right? So that means here you can see in the first case she got a profit because she purchased the article at 700 and sold the article at 840. In the second case she purchased the article for 1050 but sold at rupees 840. So now we have to find out that whether she lost or gained in the whole transaction. Okay, that means for the two articles. Okay, the total SP, the total CP will compare, right? So in order to find out the loss or gain in the whole transaction. So now students, see here there are two articles. So the SP of one article is 840. So let's find out the SP of two articles also, right? So we know that SP of one article, so SP of two articles, or we can say in other words, otherwise write it as total SP, that will be better. Total SP is 840 plus 840, or you can multiply 840 into 2 also. So 0 8, yes, 1680 is the total selling price. Let's find out the total cost price at which she purchased both the articles. The first article was purchased at rupees 700 and the second article was purchased at rupees 1050, right? So 0571, yes. So as you can see here now, she purchased both the articles at 1750, both the articles, okay, and she sold both the articles. After selling, she received rupees 1680. So we can see here that the total CP is greater. That means she has incurred a loss, definitely. So therefore loss will be total CP 1750 minus 1680. So we can find out now. So how much shall we get here? Rupees 70, right? 70 is the loss, and therefore loss percent also let us find out. Loss percent here will be calculated from the total CP. So loss by the total cost price multiplied to 100. Okay, so we can easily find out now. 5 3s are 15, 5 5s are 25, 5 2s are 10, 7 5s are 35, 7 10s are 70, 5 2s are 10. So we got here 4% loss. Okay, so that means in the whole transaction. So how are you going to solve these type of questions, students? You can divide the question into two halves, case 1, case 2. Since the SP is same for both the cases, so we can write SP of the first article, SP of the second article. Gain percentage is received for the first article, she received a loss percent for the second article. So likewise find the CP in the first case, CP in the second case. Add both the CPs, add both the SPs, and then compare which one is greater. That will decide whether it's a loss or a profit, and you can easily find out the loss or the profit percent also. Okay, so now let's come to the next question. Sudha purchases 2 computers. So this is somewhat similar to the previous question. Okay, 2 computers for rupees 18,000 and rupees 15,000 respectively. She sold, so on one, after selling on one, she gets a loss of 15%, and on the second one she gets a gain of 19%. So you ultimately have to find the SP of each computer, and you have to compare whether she got a profit or loss in the whole transaction, and also to calculate the profit or the loss percent. Okay, the meaning of the question is clear. So this also we are going to divide in the 2 cases. Okay, for the first computer, so both are computers. So the first case is for the first computer. Okay, for the first computer we are given she purchases for rupees 18,000. Okay, so CP. So I will shortly write down because it is first computer already I have written here. So CP of the first computer is rupees 18,000. If you want to write statements, you can write CP of the first computer, SP of the first computer, or simply you can give a heading first computer and write down CP is equal to rupees 18,000. And on the first computer respectively what is used here, as you can see here. So on the first computer, after selling she gets a loss of 15%. Okay, so loss is 15%. So now easily we can find out the selling price. Yes. So therefore SP, since it's loss, 100 minus 15 by 100 multiplied to 18,000, right? So equals to 85 by 100 multiplied to 18,000. So 0, 0, 0, 0 cancels out. 1 0 we got here. 18 5s are 90. 0 carry over 9. 18 8s are 144 plus 9 will be 153. Yes. 144 plus 9. Right. So 15,300. Okay. So that means she got a loss because she has, as you can see here, she sold the article at a price less than the cost price. Let's come to the second case, that is for the second computer. Second computer. Cost price of the second computer is rupees 15,000, right? And she got a profit gain. So profit or gain also you can write down. Profit is 19%, profit percent, right? So therefore SP 100 plus profit percent by 100 multiplied to CP. So this is equal to 119 by 100 multiplied to 15,000. So 0, 0, 0, 0 cancels out. Now let's multiply, 1 0 will come here. So 119 multiplied to 15. So this is 1785. That means 17,850, and you can see also the selling price is greater than the cost price. That's why she has incurred a profit. Okay, so that same manner we are going to solve again. That is what we are going to find out the total CP. So CP of the first computer is 18,000 plus CP of the second computer is 15,000. So this is the total CP, 33,000 rupees, and total SP of the first computer is 15,300 plus SP of the second computer is 17,850. Let's add it, 5 1, so 33,150, right? So that means, as you can see here students, now the total SP is greater than the total CP by rupees 150. Very clear. So it's a profit, right? So therefore profit 33,150 minus 33,000. So that will give us 150 rupees. And now we can also find out the profit percent. Profit by the total cost price multiplied to 100, right? So 0 0 cancels out, this 0, and this is 3 5s are 15, 3 11s are 33. So we got a profit percent of 5 by 11%. Okay, so this way you are going to solve this type of question. Clear? So now let's come to the last question for today. A dealer purchased 20 chairs at rupees 225 per chair. So how many chairs did the dealer purchase? In all, 20 chairs, and the CP of one chair is rupees 225. Okay, and he sold 12 chairs. So now he, just like the question that we have solved earlier regarding, I think, the eggs, yes, 1600 eggs. So this is similar to that of a question. So he didn't sell all the chairs at the same price. He sold the first 12 chairs at rupees 275 per chair and the remaining at rupees 200 per chair. Okay, so I think somewhat the idea of the question is getting clear to you. So let's start solving it. So number of chairs, dealer purchases 20 chairs, so at rupees 225 per chair. So we can write it as CP of one chair is rupees 225. So dealer purchased 20 chairs, so therefore CP of 20 chairs will be 225 multiplied to 20, 0, rupees 4,500, right? That means he purchased all the 20 chairs for rupees 4,500 at the rate of rupees 225 per chair for one chair. Now what did he do? He sold 12 chairs at rupees 275 per chair. Okay, so SP of one chair is rupees 275. But how many chairs did he sell in this way? He sold 12 chairs, not all the 20 chairs, but he sold 12 chairs only at this price. So let's find out. Therefore, SP of 12 chairs will be multiplied to 12, okay, equals to okay, so that is rupees 3,300. Clear? That means he sold 12 chairs for rupees 3,300. Now remaining chairs. So what are the number of remaining chairs, students? How many chairs in all did he purchase? He purchased 20 chairs. So 20 chairs, 12 already he has sold. So the remaining chairs is 8. So now SP of one chair. Now remaining chairs also he sold at rupees 200 for one chair. Yes or no? So rupees 200 he sold one chair for rupees 200. Now how many chairs he sold in this way? 8 chairs. Therefore SP of 8 chairs will be 200 multiplied to 8, right? Yes, so rupees 1,600. Okay, so now we have to find out his gain percent. Okay, so gain percent means what? You have to find out we know already the total CP. CP is for 20 chairs, we already know. CP for 20 chairs already are knowing. So let us find out the total SP. Okay, so next part, let us find out the total selling price. For the first 12 chairs he received 3,300 plus for the second 8 chairs, remaining 8 chairs, 1,600 rupees. So 0094. That means the total SP is 4,900. So we can see straight here that 400 rupees profit he has received, right? So therefore profit is 4,900 minus 4,500. So that is equal to rupees 400. Okay, profit is rupees 400. Now let's find out the profit percent. So therefore gain percent or profit percent is profit by the cost price of 20 chairs multiplied to 100. 5 nines are 580. Okay, this won't cancel out again. 80 by 9%. So you can convert it. So 9 8s are 72. 8 8 by 9%. Okay, so this is the answer. Correct? So I hope, students, with this your idea of solving the word problems based on profit and loss must be getting clear, but still you need to go through the video properly, look at the way each and every problem is solved, look at each and every step, be careful, and in the next class we will start a new topic. So till then, take care and study well.